Anyway, though, let me just quickly give my thoughts on the game as a whole, and then I'm gonna leave you guys. So yeah, my thoughts on just on the Anderlecht game as in general. I mean, overall, it's pretty similar to the Hoffenheim game, if we're being totally honest here. I don't really think that we were really outstanding, especially considering that it was 10 versus 11. You know, with 10 versus 11, you do expect us to do much better. But I don't really think we were truly outstanding. But I also don't think that we really let Anderlecht have a lot of moments. They had a few moments here and there, but nothing that you could truly say. You can't really say they were a threat throughout the match. You can't really say that they really had a lot of moments throughout the match. They played well. And they played some very good passing football. You know, they looked very good on the ball. Similar to us, like we look very good on the ball, but we just don't look very good off it. And I think that was the case for Anderlecht, was that they looked very good on the ball and they looked very good off the ball. I think overall the structural defense was actually very good. I just feel that they were just too shy, if that makes sense. Like when they got the ball, there were only a few times, especially in the second half, for like a good 10-15 minute spell, where they actually kept going forward. But other than that, they didn't really go forward that often. And I guess that's to be expected. You know, when you're playing defensive for most of the game, when you're playing defensively for 90 minutes or so, you don't really have the energy, or as well as just the focus, the concentration, or anything to really be able to go forward. You know, for able to switch from defense to attack very quickly to the point where you can exploit other people's teams. That is very difficult to do, and it just showed that Anderlecht wasn't able to do that today. You know, you kind of don't blame them really. When you're 10 versus 11, your first focus should be defense. But I just feel like attacking wise, they had a good spell for like a good 10-15 minutes, but besides that, they really didn't have much. Whereas we had obviously we were pretty much the team on the ball for most of the match, but we just didn't we lacked the final ball, and it wasn't really for Kimmich. Kimmich with the assist and then with the goal as well, it probably would have ended 1-0 in all fairness. So Kimmich today was a big player. James, I thought, looked excellent as well today. You know, James, I thought James, honestly, he had a lot of little moments. They didn't all come off, but I think this was definitely his best game so far at Bayern. And he could have had an assist. He should have probably had an assist. He could have had a goal. He probably should have had a goal. So overall, I just think James today was very good as well. There are a lot of players that played very good today. I don't think there was a single player that really, truly looked bad. Honestly, there wasn't. So overall, I think it was one of those Champions League games that first Champions League game, we've won. And the most important thing I think right now is that we get some positivity into the club, because there's been so much negativity recently with the whole Müller saying that Ancelotti doesn't play me. Then you had obviously Lewandowski with his interview saying that we don't really spend much, and now obviously with the whole us losing against Hoffenheim, and now Nagelsmann coming out saying that I would love to work at Bayern, and then just Ancelotti coming out today as well saying. He's never been this criticised in his life. He's been criticised in his life a lot, but he's never been criticised to this extent in his life. So you have a lot of negativity right now surrounding the club, and it's just important to actually get some positivity inside the club. And I think this win will do well, because right now, if everything outside the club is negative, then everything inside the club will be negative. If everything inside the club is negative, then everything outside the club will be negative. So it's good to get some positivity right now. The team did well. We won the game, and that's the most important thing. So now that the team has done well, now that we actually look sort of positive, now that we actually have a positive result, the fans should be a lot more positive, and at least the criticism should die down for now. Because right now, I said this before, I'll say it again, I don't think we should replace Ancelotti throughout the season. I don't think we're gonna do that. I think that Ancelotti ultimately, he is a great coach. Don't get me wrong. I wanted him to come to Bayern. I always did, but I just think that he came probably at the wrong time, because right now we're in a rebuilding phase, and we need a coach that actually plays youth a lot more. Especially in a rebuilding phase. But like I said, I don't think Ancelotti is a bad coach. I think he's an excellent coach. I think he'll have, if he stays here for more than 3 years, he'll have a very good time. He'll be looked back on very fondly. People will remember him very fondly. I just think that the first 2 years, last year and this year, will be difficult to watch, and then next year should be much better. That's just my take, though. And like I said, there has been so much negativity right now surrounding the club that something positive like this, a positive result like this, a positive game like this, 10 versus 11 doesn't matter. Us, we didn't look too convincing, doesn't really matter. What matters is that we got the goals. What matters is that we won. What matters is that we got the 3 points. And what matters is that now we're second. I mean, we're second in the group based on goal difference, but we got the 3 points, and that is key if we want to come first in the group, and that's all there is to this match. So that's just my takes, ladies and gentlemen. That's just my takes on this game. Let's just see what you guys wrote. Most of you guys are just talking about, the PSG score and what you guys think is going to happen, what you guys predict to happen again when we play against PSG. So PSG had 10 shots and 5 goals with 28 shots and 3 goals. I mean, shots is always important, but shots on target is more important, I would say. Yeah, one was an own goal and 2 penalties. I mean, to be fair, we should have had another goal. Looking at it now, we should have had another goal. Sula should have had another goal. The referee got that wrong. The penalty, I don't know whether that was outside the box or whether that was just inside the box. I really can't tell, even watching it on replay. But ultimately, I feel we did well. We did well. We could have done better, yes. We could have done worse, that too. But we did well. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I will say. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for everyone that, stick around in the live watch-along, live/commentary. Call it what you want. I will see you guys next time, which will probably, I don't know whether I'll do a live watch along / watch commentary next time. I'm trying to get these in as much as possible, I really am, but it all depends on time. Honestly, it all depends on time. Like I said, I wasn't actually planning on doing one today. I really wasn't planning on doing one today. But, because my internet wasn't working, they came today and fixed my internet, and now it's much better. Now it's much better, and it just got fixed like 20 minutes before the game. So I was like, you know what? I'm just making it. So I'm making a watch along. So, yeah, that's my take. That's just my take. I will see you guys, though, next time for the next match. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace out, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye. Also, Svegan. Perhaps. It's good to be negative. It's good to be negative just because you'll see flaws, but it's also good to be positive because you can't just always look at flaws. There is always a lot of positivity. There's always a lot of positive things surrounding, even in negative things. And this is, I guess, a life lesson if you want. But even in a negative situation, there's always a positive outcome. Even in positive situation, there's always a negative lesson that can be learned. In everything in life, as in football, there is a benefit to both things. There's a benefit to being negative. There is a benefit to being positive. There is a benefit to being a critic. There's a benefit to being a skeptic. There's a benefit to everything. That's just the way life is. So I don't think I don't think being negative or whatnot, or saying that we're not going to win against PSG or whatnot, based on this performance, you could say that's the case. Yes, but I don't know. I'm just a positive person, but I do try and look at things in a negative way, if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense, but yeah. I'll leave it at that, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, everyone, peace out, and actually have a nice day or a nice evening, depending on where you live. Bye.